Welcome to Astro Shots from Lifetime Soul. Moon will move in the sign of Scorpio, the house of debilitation, on 22nd of June, early morning around 9:30, between 9:30 to 10 a.m. Now, when Moon moves into the sign of Scorpio, Moon will find Ketu placed in Anuradha Nakshatra. This will become a Moon-Ketu conjunction, and 7th house from Moon you will have Rahu and Mercury is retrograde. So definitely this is going to be emotionally tough time. Moon will be in this house for 2 days before Moon moves in the sign of Sagittarius on 24th of June. Now for these 2 days, avoid taking any kind of hasty or emotion-based decisions. Emotion will definitely be all over the place, and those who have Moon with Rahu or Ketu or Saturn in their own chart will be highly sensitive to what this changing Moon's energy. The mood swings will be obviously a very common phenomena. Moon and Ketu also means lack of resources or perception being broken. So these 2 days, something that you have perceived for long or something that you have believed, or a person that you believed or trusted so much, can become a reason of your heartbreak. Now Moon is mind and Mercury is buddhi, chitta, intellect. When both Moon and Mercury happens to be in Rahu Ketu axis, so it means that mind and Mercury needs to focus on the karma. Moon and Ketu also means that you have to let go of your past. Ketu is a spiritual force that disconnects you from the material world. So Moon and Ketu combination in Scorpio with Moon in the house of Mars is definitely going to feel the heat of Scorpio. It's like a boiling water. You put an ice in a boiling water, the existence of ice comes under threat. So definitely Moon and Ketu in the sign of Scorpio with Rahu, Mercury being retrograde shows existential crisis, and it also shows that you will start doubting on your identity, you will feel disconnected with your surroundings, and if you are unable to handle the situation, you may land up doing or taking some decisions which have no practical basis. Moon Ketu makes a person impractical, and Rahu and Mercury makes him over intelligent and over analytical. So imagine the combination of both. You are trying to be over analytical and you are trying to become too methodical, but still you are impractical. That means you are believing on something that don't even exist. This won't be the case with everybody, but the flavor of the transit will be like this. So it will impact each one of us through that flavor. When Moon is with Ketu, Saturn is in the sign of Capricorn, making the second house from Moon go under Papkartari, which is Sagittarius. So when the second house from Moon is under Papkartari, an acute shortage of resource, a sudden feeling of not having or unfulfillment, deep desire to bring happiness in your life, sudden spiritual bursts, spiritual energy being rising, all these events will be a part of your life in these 2 days. Also, if you see, Mars is debilitated 9th from Moon. Now Mars is the lord of the sign of Scorpio. So when Moon moves into the sign of Scorpio, usually it is a Parivartan Yoga between Mars and Moon. So in this case, you would want to fight, but there is no energy left to do that. This means that few of you will give up on few ideas, few relations, few intentions. But before giving up or thinking to give up, or before taking or deciding that you have lost the battle, you need to be on the grounds of Jupiter to understand, have you done enough? See, Saturn is definitely going retrograde in the 3rd house, which also means revisiting your actions. Before you tell somebody else, try to know what have you done in your life. What are your actions? Did you take enough precaution? Were you proactive enough so that the blame cannot go upon you? If you have been vigilant in finding out your own actions and then you are claiming to be correct, then still it will make sense. But try to avoid any kind of confrontation, any kind of emotional outbursts, any kind of impractical thought process, any kind of utopian thought process in these 2 days. See, when Moon is in the sign of Scorpio, Moon don't like Scorpio at all. The reason being, Moon is mind, Manaha, and Moon don't want to go in a place where it is swampy, where it is dark. It's like muddy water. You can't even see what is inside, what germs are inside, what threats lies ahead. So moon don't like to be in a position where he is threatened unnecessarily. So moon with Ketu will be easily threatened, because imagine you are walking in the basement of your room and you find a headless man sitting there. That's the kind of scary situation moon and Ketu in Scorpio possess. So when this is happening, how do you handle this? Imagine you are a source of light on your own. When you are your own source of light, there won't be any darkness, because wherever you go, you will spread light. When there is light, there is no darkness. When there is Roshni, the Ujala, the light, there is no tamas. That is the practical example by which you can actually correct the transit of moon and Ketu, because see, it takes only a minute to take a wrong decision that impacts your entire life. 2 days is such a huge period. It's completely 48 hours and things can change in a matter of 5 minutes. So you have to be very careful on these fronts, especially on the mental and psychological front. This is a power-packed day for any kind of tantric practice, because after the moon transit in Scorpio, moon will go and form a full moon in the sign of Sagittarius in Mula Nakshatra. I have already made a video for that. You can watch that video on the main channel. This power-packed 3-4 days of moon is good for uplifting your mood and moving on a spiritual ground. But for material success, this is not a good time. But for spiritual growth, for tantric growth, for successful activation of mantras, for successful energizing the yantra, and also correction of your own doshas and the problems of your horoscope, these 3 days are very much crucial. If you can chant properly, if you can chant the mantra that has been given to you, it will be great on these 3 days. If you don't know the mantra, if you don't know what to chant, then simply chant Vishnu Sahasranam. Take the name of Vishnu and take the name of Shiva. Because Mercury and Moon are in opposition with Rahu and Ketu, the perception of reality will break and you will be confused. This creates discomfort, delusional thoughts, and dissociation with the proper practical self. This dissociation from the self has to be put to good use. Otherwise, it will only affect the mind in a negative way. How to put to good use? Obviously, you have to meditate and you have to be very, very quiet. Try to speak very less during these 2-3 days. Try to speak minimum, and this is for everyone. Try to speak minimum. Do not use your verbal force, verbal energy. Don't use your voice for anything which is negative, and try to be as optimistic as possible. Holistically, the Moon, Ketu and Rahu, Mercury axis and this transit of Moon is definitely going to find some secrets about you and anybody around you. These secrets will change your life, because Sun is providing light in the 8th house. You are going to know something special about you. I hope you like this quick moon video transits. Do not forget to hit like, subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon so that you never miss another update. We'll meet in the next video. Till then, this is your host Punneit. Bye-bye.